Hello, everybody. This is Captain Ditto here. Oh, let me turn this up a little bit. Okay, there we go. Hello, everyone. This is Captain Ditto here, and welcome to my, thought process about the whole state of Garden Warfare 2 as of late. Basically, Jinxie, popular Twitch streamer, has been reviving a bunch of dead games and stuff, or games with lower play bases. After his entire thing with playing the Siege, he moved over to getting that game a little bit of a breath of fresh new air or new life or whatever. Then he moved over to another game known as Clash Royale. I believe it was Clash Royale, yeah. And then proceeding to revive that game to the point Supercell's kind of killing it again. Earth agreed. How fun. Now we're moving over to a most highly requested game, apparently, on his stuff. That being no other than Plants vs. Zombies: Garden Warfare 2. Now, obviously, I should probably introduce myself if you guys are new to my channel, or if you don't know who I am, don't worry, I'm a nobody. But I still thought about giving my voice of opinions, considering that Garden Warfare 2 is one of my favorite games of all time, and I do have a bit of a recording set up, so why not? I am Captain Ditto. I've been playing Garden Warfare 2 since, I believe it was either the very early 2017 or late 2016. Like, I got Garden Warfare 2 as like a Christmas gift, so, or as a birthday gift or whatever. So I don't remember if it was Christmas or a birthday gift. So yeah. However, Garden Warfare 2 has been a very big step for me personally for a lot of gaming. It has been the sole reason how I was able to find my friend group, entire long, like, domino effect sharing list of things. So Garden Warfare 2 holds a very special place in my heart. And I do have, like, 400 hours, almost 500 hours total playtime on it. So, trust me when I say this, the game has a lot to offer. Even if it's been stuck in its sunset phase for like 6 years, for half a decade, it's been stuck in a sunset phase. But obviously, if you were to look further into the channel, you'll see I don't post a lot of Garden Warfare / Plants vs. Zombies content, and that's mainly because I'm always burnt out and not always feeling confident to continue my editing work and uploading and stuff like that. But regardless, if this video somehow gains a little bit of traction, I'll get back to working on some Plants vs. Zombies content in the future, maybe do some Garden Warfare stuff with some new players, you know, with the to help out. Obviously, as you can tell, Garden Warfare 2, a lot of content creators have taken advantage of Garden Warfare 2's revival, thanks to Jinxie, and proceeding to make a bunch of new videos or updated guides and stuff like that. So that way to help all these new players, to help bring in rent money and views and all that jazz, so, you know, it's fine. I personally don't mind it. I personally don't really care too much. There's going to be stuff like that to begin with anytime when a game does get, like, a huge branch of popularity. All the content creators are going to be rushing in to make videos on it. So, yeah, I know, that's perfectly fine by me. Anyhow, let's talk about some history of Garden Warfare 2. Garden Warfare 2's history is not the most messiest thing, nor is it the bad thing at all. It actually was very fun of history. We used to have community events. We used to have the entirety of much more limited time game modes in the town hall. We had an entirety of a huge, we used to have like a huge thing going on for the game, always constantly wondering what the next updated game would be, what the next variant's going to showcase, if there's going to be more DLC, you know, stuff like that nature. I personally think probably like the best, most excitement we've gotten out of the entirety of the game was probably Twilight Chompers edition before they put the game on sunset phase to start work for Battle for Neighborville. And Battle for Neighborville, by all means, is not a bad game. Do I think it was heavily underdeveloped and deserved more time to actually live life? Yes, it did. And I feel like if you're going to be doing like a proper revival, it should have been Battle for Neighborville, not Garden Warfare 2. But I'm also very loving Garden Warfare 2, so what the heck, I don't really care. Now, obviously, you can see in the background, gameplay is not of Garden Warfare 2. This is actually from Garden Warfare 1. Mainly because Jinxie has been and his trend hoppers and stream snipers and everybody else who's been actually known about Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 decided to help break the servers. The issue is that Garden Warfare 2's servers apparently were capped, and not a whole lot of people knew that until I believe it was like Saturday, December 6th. So, oof. But like the history we showcased for Garden Warfare 2 is two other main game modes that you may have known about through achievements, that being Boss Hunt and the Cats vs. Dinos team fighting thing, which was really fun. That and Soil Survivors. Survivors I never got a chance to play, but it basically sounded really fun to play though. Moving from there, however, let's talk about the state of revival. Garden Warfare 2's revival status is. Jinxie, I'm going to tell you right now, if you're somehow watching this, I do not know who you are. I do not watch like big streamers and stuff, but you have my ultimate respect for deciding to try and revive a decade-old game that had like flared out of its popularity after Battle for Neighborville kind of like ruined a bunch of stuff. I give you my ultimate respect there, man. Okay? And I really do hope you continue playing the game, because despite the fact that multiplayer was kind of busted, and not a whole lot of people could do anything with that, it is so much more. Please, please, please play the campaign. You're going to be one hell of a treat. But, actual state of the revival, I do think that this is actually a very strong contender. And a lot of people were kind of like doom spiraling and slurring like, oh, no, this is going to be like Little Big Planet 3 all over again, because they shut down the servers because of DDoS attacks. Like, first of all, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 1's like PlayStation and 360 servers apparently are getting lobbies, populated lobbies, by the way. I didn't even know those servers were still online, by the way. So, obviously, no. None of these servers are getting shut down. They're capped because, well, it's for the thing for Sunset Phase and to keep the support in the game alive. Capped because, like, hey, not a whole lot of people are actually going to be constantly, you know, playing the game or whatever. Then Jinxie arrived with like 57,000 people or whatever, and then proceeding to brick the servers a little bit. So the only thing people could play was the Backyard Battleground and Ops, and even then I heard Ops was getting a little, people were getting kicked out of Ops matches and stuff like that. It was just chaos all around, which I do enjoy. I really love embracing the thoughts of the chaos elements that the game and that all this came to help provide. My thoughts on everything here. Obviously, I did kind of include a little bit of my thoughts because, like, there's not a whole lot of talk about the state of revival, but my thoughts on the game and all of this going on. I do believe that, obviously, EA is going to take heavy notice, but it's only if they do hotfix changes, such as uncapping servers, which I don't know if they can do, because I'm pretty sure that's a backend change. I could be wrong, though. I'm not a game developer. I'm not a game developer for somebody who manages servers. I just know the IT guy that they had working in that server room has just walked out of a blazing inferno, that's for certain. And obviously, a lot of people probably do not know this about the dev team in the first place, so I'm going to be one of the people to help share this. Garden Warfare 2 is not going to get any updates, same with Garden Warfare 1 and Battle for Neighborville, because of one main thing. Battle for Neighborville's failure because of COVID-19 and all that jazz happening back during 2020. While in the alternative, a bunch of other games becoming very high and prominent, and Battle for Neighborville's few mistakes, that there's a lot of people who've made videos with why Battle for Neighborville failed. We're not talking about Battle for Neighborville's failures, but they led up to the entirety that EA decided to cut support early for Battle for Neighborville, and then proceeding to put that into Sunset Phase, and then just outright destroying, well, all legacy stuff that could be for help, you know. Like helping out for players and stuff like that. So, hold on, I'm losing my words. Basic cut right to the point. They shut down the development studio, they disbanded the team, and that's really about it. The only reason why, like, anybody... So, if you want to try and, like, get the... to get updates, that's not going to happen, because they had to get a brand new team, and those people have to learn how to play the game and stuff like that. Not play the game, to develop the game correctly with the engine that's completely outdated. To make updates, and it just wouldn't be really cost efficient, especially for a handful of players, especially if it's only for like a little trend. But I do believe that they could make some hot fix changes, maybe change mystery portal rotation, because I'm pretty sure that is something they could do on their end. That is very easy, they don't need the entire development team to do. But, yeah, that's basically my thoughts on this stuff. I think it's good. I don't think it's going to be a Little Big Planet 3 situation. I also do not believe, like, we're going to be having majorly any issues, and I really do hope people know that this is not like Garden Warfare 2 was a lot better than just like crashes and stuff like that. But that's me. That was Captain Ditto here speaking, and that's kind of my thoughts on the situation that matter. So I'm just gonna end it here because I am kind of spitballing, freeballing this, and I don't want to keep your guys' time. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next time we set sail. Peace.